What's up, everybody? Today we're here with Age of Wonders 3, so let's already open up the box. As you can see, it's open, and let's take a peek. So, this is already pretty far in. You can see down here, turn 60. I'm quite a ways into this game. Age of Wonders 3 is a turn-based strategy fantasy 4X game. And I would say it's a combination of Civilization and Heroes of Might and Magic in the way that combat happens, the way units are controlled. That's very Heroes of Might and Magic, but you also have the city building and hexagons of Civilization, of the Civilization series, and specifically Civilization 5. You start with one little city right here. You can see this city. It's not that little. It's actually gotten pretty big. It's a metropolis, but you start with one city. It's your throne city. You can see by the crown above it. This is my capital city. You start with this one city. And from this one city, you need to expand and destroy your opponents. Or perhaps ally with them and work together. Now, because it's turn 60, you can see I've gotten pretty big. I'm playing as the dwarves. Okay, there's my leader all the way down here. He's on the front lines. So you have your army right here. So you can have up to 6 units per army, and when you stack multiple armies right next to each other, they can work together. So you can see, for example, I have these goblin musketeers, which are interesting little creatures. I also have human civic guard, orc spearman, another civic guard, and a goblin untouchable. Despite being dwarf, you can see I don't exactly have a dwarf army right here. It's very much so a makeshift army that's being held on these front lines. It's absolutely chaotic up here, and the further out you push, just the worse it gets. But whereas you go somewhere that's more well-established, like one of my earlier cities, Lubu, this is a goblin city that I took. Where's one of my other cities that actually has stuff in it? Not a giant city. This city. This is a dwarven city. It's also fairly established. It's not the biggest. But you can see every city I built, this is one of the cities I built, is actually just dwarves. Now, for those of you that have never played Age of Wonders, and specifically Age of Wonders 3, you're wondering, why do I have dwarven cities and goblin cities? That's another dwarf. I think this one's another goblin, isn't it? Yeah, it's another goblin city. Why the diversity? Did I build them? Did they come that way? What's the deal? Well, every city I build can be whatever the race is the city comes from. So, this is a goblin city. Now, the way I got this goblin city, even though I started as a dwarf, I went and I conquered the goblin city. So then I can build goblin units because I chose to keep the goblins instead of annihilate them and have only dwarves. So, if I want to build another goblin city, I can just build a goblin settler and he'll go out and build a goblin city for me. But, this dwarven city originated from my capital because I can build dwarven settlers here, as you can see, right there. The only real difference is just what race it is. What determines what buildings you can have for race-specific buildings, as well as what units you'll get. Units come in at least 4 tiers, if not more. All I've seen is 4, but I wouldn't be surprised if there were more. You take one of my armies, move them up here. I don't think I've explored that yet. Yeah, unexplored. There are plenty of things around. So these are your resources. The way cities work. You have your mana node that gives you mana per turn. You have haste berries, which give me +5 production, but I get production elsewhere as well. And gold mines, which give gold. There are other various buildings that will give you various benefits. For example, the inn down here adds 100 happiness to my morale, to the city that has it. So you can see this city is content but it has public baths, which gives it plus 100, and it has an inn, which gives it plus 100, so it's at 200. But because my empire happiness is also content, but also wavering on unhappy, this is not a happy place, which is unfortunate. So now we're back up onto the surface. You can see before we were underground. You can note it down here, surface, underground. The game has 2 layers, and it's absolutely massive. I am playing in simultaneous turns, so when I take my turn, it'll be very slow. But that's just how it's gonna have to be. Where am I putting my guys? Right, they're covering the cities in poison. There is definitely a little bit of choppiness while recording this, so it is the game. It is not your computer, it's not my computer, the game is a little choppy. As it has gotten more further into the game, it's gotten choppier. There's just a lot of things to take care of. This is on a large map, so. Also, before I hit next turn, one more thing to note, down here is your diplomacy. You can see I have not met 4 people, but I do know this guy, the High Elf Sorcerer, the Orc Archdruid, and the Goblin Rogue, as well as independents, so like independent city-states, as well as just like these random barbarians are also independents. And this is me. And I am not ready. I've not pushed the next turn button. Oh boy, there's a lot of things in this game. To cover in just one Take a Peek episode, I don't know if that's even possible. There's a lot in this game. Okay, you're over there. You are going up. Right. Because if I go up, the exit's right here. Entrance, exit. And boy, I'm gonna need it. I've been fighting these stupid orcs all game. Like, the moment they found me, they declared war on me. We've been at war ever since. I've taken one of their cities. Actually, I've taken 2 of their cities. I took the city up here, too. This was an independent city down here they just took from me. And this was an independent city that I just got. I just conquered. Oh, what's over here? Some independents. Very dangerous to move out, but I will. Alright, I'll just do... No, just auto-combat this. It'll be easier and faster, and they gave me 44. So when you kill them, you get experience for your troops. It tells you the outcome, and then it tells you what, if anything, you plundered from the battle. Ah, crap, of all times. I haven't been... My nose has not been itchy all day. Come on. Right, and I conquered that city. There are also special cities. Not just specific races, but there's also special cities. Like, this is an Archon Revenant dwelling, which you cannot get normally and you cannot build more of. So if you destroy it, when you take it, you can raise it, plunder, or make it your capital. If I were to raise this, Archon Revenants would no longer exist unless they have another dwelling somewhere else. And the same thing over here with Giants. Giant dwelling. Also has ogres. But if I destroyed this, then it wouldn't exist in the game anymore. Giants might not exist anymore. Okay, let's go to the next turn, and a lot of stuff is going to happen. I want to be up here for the next turn. Actually, no, I want to be down here. I want to make sure you get to that, which you won't. Crap. Okay. Well, I'm just going to have to lose this elven city. So let's remove production so it doesn't sink any of my gold away. Alright, next turn. Executing auto moves, processing. Okay, here we go. Get you over here. I don't know if you can reach it. Nope, you can't. What you can do is come down here, and we're going to lose that city. That's fine. I'm going to retake this city. Just auto combat, take them out. No problem. You can see I won. They had 2 different armies. My one army was big enough, so now this is mine. If I go to the fate of the city, don't have to determine the fate of the city because they did not hold on to it long enough. They did destroy my arcane item forge. Those little turds. Alright. But I will build another elder. Train another elder. And an army's coming this way. Of course an army's coming this way. There we go. Oh my goodness. Okay. Now they're falling back. That must have been a reinforcement army. Okay, one of my heroes won enough battles he can be upgraded, so you can see I have 5 upgrade points down here, and I can spend them on a whole buttload of things, as well as just upgrading my guy normally. What is... Yeah, I know. What is... Where was I looking? Weapon finesse. What is that? +1 melee strength. Sabotage, inflict severely poisoned. Pass wall. Pass through city walls if it's a royal. Okay, that's interesting. Break control, night vision, dirty half dozen. So the little star that you see right next to the 3 is physical damage, whereas if you go to poison, that's poison damage or blight damage. Assassin strike, stealth commander, sprint. Oh, there's so many good things. I want everything. These are spells down here that I can get. A whole bunch of spells. Like Shadow Form, fuses target friendly unit with the shadows, rendering physical obstructions and attacks ineffective. Has plus 40% protection and a pass wall ability until the end of combat. So if I use that on a troop in the middle of a battle, then it gets those benefits listed there with the spell. I'm going to go with Inflict Severely Poisoned, because that's actually really effective if I get the opportunity. Enter. Okay, so I'm going to go into manual combat here. I'm going to show you what the combat system is like. The AI does a very good job, actually. Typically, auto combat is all I need. So the defender always gets to move first. And in this case, they got a shot off. So you can see they have some ranged units, ranged magic units, and they have these wargs, just animals. You click on the enemy, you can see all of this. That's where they move and who they can attack, and if they moved here, what would they get hit by? The red arrows means attacks of opportunity, so if they move through that square, not into it, just through it, then they will take attacks of opportunity from those where the red triangles are coming from. So this guy and this guy would get a free attack of opportunity if the warg moved here. However, that's not going to be the case because they're not going to live that long. I have musketeers because I'm dwarven. Oh my god. Alright. You can see the damage is 26 to 40, and that heart is their health. They have 36 health, so if I right-click on this warg, I have a really good chance of killing it. Just outright killing it. Will I? Yup. Okay, so green is you can move with no penalties to your attack. Yellow is using an action point, and orange is using more action points. Musketeers do not get multiple attacks, so they don't actually get a penalty to their attacks because they don't have multiple attacks. So I can just run up here to this Archon caster and shoot him in the face and not worry about it. And then run over here with this musket and blow him away. I also have this dude. He has a blowpipe that can shoot darts. He has a pistol. Stunning touch, which means he can walk up to someone and they won't be able to take any actions, move or attack, for 2 turns, if I hit. Or I can cast spells. So these are his spells, his combat spells. Rain of Poison Blades does damage and poison, whereas you have Blind, which is not an offensive spell. Well, it is an offensive spell, but it doesn't do any physical damage. These spells are fairly common. And then you also have the defensive spells, like stone skin. This comes from my leader. Overload as a buff, and Killer Instinct to give something basically an ability to kill pretty much every major race in the game very effectively. But I don't want to cast any spells. It uses mana, and I have a buttload of mana. But I don't need to use any mana for this battle. In fact, it would be much easier to not use mana for this battle. 44% chance is severely poisoned. Wow, 13 to 19 damage. There we go. Or 11 to 17, 1 to 2 times 2. Yeah, I'll take that one. So you can see it has a times 2 multiplier next to it. That means 2 attacks. Watch and see. 1, 2. And you can see they attacked back. They were able to retaliate. But march these muskets up and just shoot. Done. And this guy will be able to move definitely within range to hit somebody. If I move here, I can't hit him. If I move up one more, the circle's on him. Projectile. Ranged penalty. That's unfortunate. Alright, we'll open fire on the Archon caster. That's all my guys. Can't do anything else. So, now they get to move. What are you gonna do? 10 damage. 21 damage. 30 damage. Well, that's unfortunate for you. Didn't do enough damage. But it does mean I can zip on over here, pull out my pistol, and shoot you. A boom. Muskets have to take a turn to reload, so this musket's gonna fall back, because he can't do anything. And this musket's gonna run over here, and that'll be the end of this battle. So you can see, cannot reach target. Oh, you have to reload too. Right, they all have to reload. Whoops, I made a boof. Alright, whatever. Reload. I goofed. Oh well. It's just some physical or frost damage. It's not going to be the end of the world. Charge over there and kill him. So every army has a leader, but a leader does not have to be a hero. In most cases, I have heroes for my armies, but they don't have to be. So, exploring the tomb, I get all this stuff. I can sell it all for 255 gold, or I can take it all. Unicorn Sire is pretty good, so I'm going to go ahead and take that reward. But you already have a mount. So I'm going to send this to someone, and maybe they won't have the mount. I'm not sure. I'll send it to you. We'll see if you have the mount. And it'll take a couple turns to get there. So Grelka won a battle against Independence. So instead of sending his army down here, he actually just fought the Independents and did okay. You will probably want to sneak around and attack that, huh? Gosh dang it. I want that tent. That tent is a cartographer's tent, which means it'll reveal part of the map. You'll find little goodies like that scattered all around. Even this late in the game, it turns 60. Oh, you made a flame tank. Awesome. So you can see this is a complete army. Its leader is a flame tank. So it doesn't have to be a hero, but it's better if it is a hero. Where am I going? You, whoop. Come here. There we go. You need to go this way. Crash through the rubble because I'm a dwarf, and because dwarves are able to go through dirt. You're totally good to go. Move you out. Every unit does come with its own little upkeep. You can see right next to it. So I'm going to build 1, 2, 3, 4 tanks and a musket. So you will go up. And you can see green territory, enemy territory, right here. You can only move one, huh? There are also special buildings you can find on the map. And build as well. Like fortresses. It's just a fortress, not a city. And it's just marks territory for the most part, as well as providing a defensive bonus. As well as watchtowers, which also naturally exist. It just reveals large area. As long as you have it, you can see in a large area. At this point, it's not very useful because my territory goes pretty far, watchtower or not. So because there's an enemy on this mana well, I cannot use this mana well. But if I go over and I conquer that mana well, then it'll be in my empire and it'll be added towards my income. So I'll just go ahead and crush these guys. There is an encampment up here. If I take the encampment, I can get special items, money, lots of random stuff. Domain invasion, domain invasion. Yeah, okay, whatever. Roth has grown into a town, working on a laboratory. And the guy that just fought earned another promotion. So, what do you get? Tree Crusher. What is that? Turns dense vegetation into barrens as the unit moves over it. Wow, that's violent. But it takes 10 upgrade points, so I'd have to forsake this upgrade for another upgrade. Just, like, wait. Wizard Hunters, Forge Aprons. Let's go Vision Range upgrade. +1 resistance to elements. And +5 health. Every spot takes base movement. So you can see at the very bottom of that dialog box, it says base movement 6. Whereas if I wanted to move over here, it's base movement 8 because I have to get rid of the dirt walls. So you can see how much movement's remaining up here. You can see 4 for these guys, 12 for the goblins, and 20 for my hero. My hero's mounted, so he can travel much more easily over land. You shall enter the Forbidden Sanctum. Very likely victory. What is that? Dwarf Crusader. Also has some High Elf Martyrs, a Draconian Martyr, and a Tier 4 Shrine of Smiting, which sounds epic, and it's pretty cool, but it's a siege weapon, so it's not very good against infantry like the muskets. So just auto combat. Should win. Did win, took some losses, so be it. What I find, Suffocate, the spell Suffocate. So now I can use Suffocate. I also get 22 casting points and 93 mana. Cool. Continue over here. Probable victory. Let's just not fight him and take the turn to heal up. They heal 6 HP automatically every turn. So my muskets will take forever. That's because they're very well trained. If you go up to the metal, you can see this is an elite musket. Very, very strong. Gets all those buffs. Which really does add up to a lot. You leveled up. I'm going to go with Healing Aura. They regenerate an additional 6 every turn. Normally I would take something else, but this far away from any city, away from reinforcements, I need to regenerate health as fast as possible. I'm an 82 available. I don't think I've lost any heroes, have I? I don't think so. Flame Tank now producing another Flame Tank. Where am I needing to be? Right, above ground, over here. You can go this way. I don't know if you'll be able to make it in time. It looks like you can. Well, all you need to do is go here, actually, then you'll be enough support. So you can also use out of battle spells. You'll use mana and casting power. So I'm going to summon some spy drones in the city. These are units. May as well use up my mana. Fuel cells over here, which is a spell that increases production so long as it is active. Spells can be dispelled by other people's spells, so that's been a real problem with these stupid orcs. Very annoying orcs. Alright. Probable defeat. No. Go back up. I had forgotten that I had left this guy here. I will capture that later. In the meantime, you see the flag that's above the cities, above these armies on the banner. The number on that is how many guys are in the army. So you can see there's 4 here and 1 here, and there's 4 in that one. I'll think of taking a settler with them. Shock Trooper, a Priest, and a Hellhound. That'll be an interesting battle. Get in the city! Oh, you can't make it. You just can't make it. Alright, we'll summon another spider. Oh, I could... Whoa, Earth Elemental. Right, okay, research. Processing, because it's doing 8 civilizations at once in simultaneous turns. This game has simultaneous turns, and it has your classic turn by turn. If you want a real 4X experience, you have the classic turns, or if you want it to feel kind of like multiplayer, you do have your simultaneous turns. So if I leave this completely as it is, let the AI decide the fate, this will probably be a loss. So I'm going to take this into a manual defense of my city. This will also help you guys see what a city looks like in the game. I have stone walls, and this is an elf city that I conquered a while ago. You can see I'm defending at the gates. Alright, what do they have? They have a settler, who cares? They have a priest who has ranged, shock trooper, and hellhound. Can I cast any spells? I can, but it's double cost because of distance. So I have to be careful with what I cast. Stoning does 24 damage. I wanted to do that, so if I want to use a spell in battle, I can hover over my target. 18 to 28 damage, 14 to 22, and 16 to 24. Now the spell does the same amount of damage, but the amount of damage it does to an enemy changes based on what their personal defense is. So these shock troopers have 16 defense and 11 resistance. So they're going to be tough to take down. Draconian Elder. Let's see. High Elf Swordsman. If I put you here and then guard. High Elf Longbow. Let's move Spy Drone back. The longbow can get a better place. When you're on top of walls, your range is increased by 2. And that can be very effective as the defender. Do we have any more dragons, draconian? You have high elf, and then some robots. So unfortunately, I will not be able to use dragon ancestry on anyone, but that's okay. I'll just put you there. Guard, and spy drone. Fall back 1. Something that I can't figure out where the information on this is located other than clicking into here is that it has an explosive death. When it explodes, it deals 10 physical and 10 fire damage to units within a 1 hex radius. Each unit also comes with actually quite a bit of extra stuff you can read if you care. There's a lot of lore in this game, but it does require reading. The reason why I'm talking so much about all the little intricate things is because the tutorial in this game is the biggest complaint I have. It's really not a tutorial. There is no tutorial. You have to read like this huge tome of just everything. There is no tutorial at all. It's a pain in the butt. Alright, what do we got? You are just out of range, you little turd muffin. But I can move my longbows forward into range. Line of sight penalty for some reason. This guy's marked is in the way, but I'm above him, so I don't know why I have a line of sight penalty. Take 3 shots. I do want to kill this guy, because if I can hold him at this choke point, who cares? They can't do anything. So let's open up fire. 4, 10, 15 damage. So now he has 26 health remaining. Target cannot be affected because of not affected by fire. Well then let's run you over here, Draconian Elder. And shoot the shock trooper. Ranged penalty is okay. 1 shot because you used all your movement points. Go here, and go here, and just make sure that this is held down nice and tight. And watch them all go boom! Alright, so if I want to kill this guy, can I? Very slight chance that I can outright just kill the priest, so I'm gonna try. 18 to 28, he's got 26 health. Oh, it would! Oh, it would! Oh, man, he has 1 health. It doesn't matter how hurt they are, they will always fight at maximum strength. He will still be able to do max damage to me. That's such a pain. Oh my goodness. You can only use 1 spell a turn. So. Oh, he fireballed the gate. 3, 4, whatever. Hellhounds on the gate. And these guys are... they have ladders. Okay. Kill the priest. If I go over the wall down next to the Hellhound. Ow. And then this guy will just go boom. He'll attack and he will go boom. And big damage will be done. Boom! And that did damage the wall a little bit, but it, for the most part, it just destroyed that Hellhound. And then because he's already moved, he's used all his action points. Now I can attack him and he won't be able to retaliate. Plus this will be, the first attack will be a flanking attack, so it'll do extra damage. So if I want to do it, I want to do it with my High Elf Swordsman because they do even more damage than the explosive dudes. Let's go in, open the gates, and fight him in melee. 1, 2, 3. They did get 1 retaliation strike in. I don't know why. Alright. Target cannot be affected. Probably by something, I don't know. 5 to 7 damage. I don't know, I'm putting you over here. Right there. Target cannot be affected. By what? I don't know what it's referring to. Alright, so this is an arcing shot, 1 range strength. 8 to 12 times 3. 1, 2, 3. Big damage. I like it. Hit him. 6 damage, 14 in return. This guy has 37 health left. This guy has 1. He's done. That guy's toast. Alright. In turn, what are you going to do? How are you going to reply? Oh. Kaboom! Like a mini nuke just went off on the castle wall. I love it. So they dropped another fireball on my guy, but it didn't kill him. I get to attack before him, because he does not have first strike, so I'll be able to kill him before he'll be able to kill my swordsman. If they had first strike, then I would not want to do that, because then he would get to attack first. Alright, shot on target, line of sight penalty, no problem, but you have flanking. Take the shot. 7. 11. You have 9 health left. It said it was a probable loss. I'd say that was a pretty good victory. I lost 2 expendable units. They're meant to die, so it worked out pretty well. He attacked the city of Surkars and lost! Mwahaha! And then I can attack his settler. Auto-combat that, because it's just killing him. And it looks like this guy ranked up to expert with the kill. Fall back to the city. Alright, what do we got? Research! So, I finished researching Earth Elemental. So we'll start a new research. You can see it down here. This is all that I can research. A lot of things. The amount of research I get per turn in the knowledge, 236, so I can almost get banish in 1 turn. I know I'll be getting more knowledge soon. The more people you get, the more knowledge you produce. So I'll wait so I can get banished in 1 turn instead. What is Forge Blast? Destroys 1 random city upgrade of target enemy city and deals 20 damage to any enemy units standing on the central hex of the city. See, I don't like doing that, because it does mean it destroys a city upgrade, which if you want it, you have to rebuild it later. Slow, I'm assuming it just slows them down. Yeah, they have their movement radius cut in half. Invention is one of the things. Every race has something that allows them to... Fuck, I'll have to go grab that. That allows them to increase their casting. The amount of casting points they have. Just fucking kill him. Oh. I meant auto, not manual. Crap. Well, I'm on defense, so I get to move first, and I don't want to move first. As far as I can tell, there's no way to actually leave. Oh, there we go. Toggle auto combat. Just let auto combat take care of it. Javelins, because that's so effective. Muskets with, oh, high morale bonus. They do lots of extra damage that way. Goblins in defense, and muskets in defense, and more crossbows. They're just kind of chilled. Independent's turn to move. Where's he gonna go? Ouch. Alright. Up. Open fire. Goodbye. Instantly killed. Alright. They took this city because I moved my army out. Alright, go take it back. Very likely victory. Didn't even kill one of my dudes. Alright. Work on a laboratory, because that will give me extra science. They invaded on right there, over here, right there, right there. Okay. We made a Draconian Elder. Fine and dandy. You get to move to those haste berries. Haste berries will increase your movement back up to max. So it's kind of like a double move. Interesting. Charge. Closely matched. So I'm going to show you this last battle, and that'll be the end of this Take a Peek. I've explained most of the game mechanics, but it is a 4X game, so there's always more to talk about. So there's one last battle. We'll show you tanks, what tanks look like. Now, this is just one race of the dwarves. There are plenty of races to play with in this game, so don't feel like you're constrained by it. This city does not have any walls, so it has this little palisade thing set up. Okay, so he just held his position defense. cone of flames deal damage to all units and objects caught in the attack. So if I were to fire this, what's its range? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the range. That's actually pretty huge. Now, dwarves don't rely on magic at all, so that actually proves to be very helpful. And also hurtful, because magic is very helpful. Because all units are all enemy units. All units and objects. So I gotta make sure those tanks, those flamethrowers, do not hit my own guys. Muskets form up a line behind them. Or next to them. Spell Overload. Operate faster with more power, plus 10 damage until the end of combat. May be stunned after attacking. Well, it doesn't matter if it's stunned after attacking because it still has to take a turn to reload. So it shouldn't be a problem. Flashbang. Not bad. But I'm gonna wait. I can only cast one spell. Well. Or 2 repair fortifications, or 2 of these. Suffocate and Killer Instinct. 12 to 18, 11 to 17, 3 to 5. So you saw this guy has stone skin. And you can see the spell effect going around him. He just has a much higher defense now. Alright, form up a defensive line. Savage Rage. What are you doing? Okay, so he's moving his army in formation to defend basically exactly where I'm attacking. The AI in this game is okay. I'm playing on normal difficulty, so that's not the best, but I feel like I could play on hard and it wouldn't be that big of a deal. It's just when your empire gets so big, it becomes very difficult to manage. I think I'll play on smaller maps in the future. If I go here, that's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, not really within range. That's within range. 94. And all of my guys are within your range. If I fall back 1, is that still... Alright, let's fall back 1. No, you guys are still within range. Crap. Where'd I go? Go over here, like that. And in fact, I'm gonna fall way back. Get a little bit of space there. Hopefully I can bait them out. And if I do bait them out, then the tanks can roll forward and torch them. They can do what tanks do best. Destroy their opponents. Instant wrath. He's holding on defense. Not a fan. I can't shoot this, but I can hit it with swords, and it'll break it. Wheel. Killer Instinct. Why don't we do Suffocate? Does very little to you. 12 to 18, 11 to 17. 9 to 13, 12 to 18, 12 to 18. 10 to 16. I do want to make sure I kill the hero, at the very least. Not everyone is allowed to resurrect their heroes. I can, so I'm not too concerned. But heroes cost money, and you're not really getting a steady supply of them. So killing heroes is definitely important. 16 damage, big hits. All right. What are you gonna do? Stone Skin. He's using a lot of magic to buff his guys. And staying mostly on the defense. I'll cast one more spell. Blind units have maximum attack range of 1 hex. Alright. Actually, open spellbook. Overload. That guy's on overload. He doesn't get to move any further, he just does more damage. Which is handy, I suppose. Alright, well that's all of the casting abilities I have. Where is your limit? Go up this way. See if I can force a move out of him. I want to stay away from his attacks, because that is a tier 4. Shock Serpent. That is a tier 4. Not easy to fight. Move to there and call it good. He's just gonna sit on defense again. Okay. Sure you want to do that? Alright, I'll have auto combat. Go for the initiation. I don't want this tank to be sitting out like that, though. He's resilient, sure, but... Alright, that's not much damage. Instant Wrath returns damage back to me for any damage I do to it. Which does mean every shot that I deal is going to hurt. Form up the tanks. In turn. The serpent's gonna be... No, the serpent did not come out. Probably doesn't want to leave his serpent alone. Awesome. Oh my goodness, yes. Get all bundled up in a nice little family of fire. I said I was gonna use auto combat, but actually... I may not need to. Oh yeah, I have you. Why don't you run up into this battle? Forgot about one of my musketmen entirely. Whoops. Alright, so if I put this flame tank up here. So I can only hit over here or over here. So I'm going to hit right here. You can see it's going to hit a lot of things. A lot of things. Let's see what happens. Well, I destroyed the fortifications. And hit a lot of things. Let's take this tank up. And hit a lot more things. Wow, the damage, though. The damage! Oh, man. Resisted the overload. Wonderful. Alright, you can run over here, musket. And wow, you really shouldn't hit that guy. Yeah, no kidding. Shouldn't hit that guy. Got it. Let's not hit him in melee combat. Wow. What I can do, though, is form up a line to keep my guys a little bit safer. And I can use this wall to my advantage. Although I'm tempted to just destroy it. I don't think that would be wise. No more spells. End turn. Man, those flame tanks are brutal. Oh, that's not good. He just destroyed one of my tanks. And apparently tanks have explosive death as well. Ow. No, don't hit it. Don't kill it. It should be fine. Ow. How much do you have? 45 of 102. Alright, flame tank. Man, that's gonna do a lot of damage. If I angle it over, it'd hit my own guy. So, yeah. Big hits. Torch a lot of them. I killed 3 units at least. Possibly more. $20 to 30 damage. Wow. That's gonna be nice. Hit him. Ow. And run way over here to get a flanking shot. It's just not gonna be enough. Did that actually... Those musketmen up there are dead. Yeesh. I can't use a spell to finish him off. So, I'll show you what happens when you disengage from combat. Free attack of opportunity. Hurts like crap. And apparently he just stunned my dwarf so he couldn't leave combat. That's fun. That's what I wanted to have happen. Eh boy. Well, he killed him. Throw javelins. Throw javelins. This is really gonna hurt if he kills that tank. He did not opt for the killing of the tank. He opted for the hurting of a musketman, but not the killing of the musketman. Well, you should have killed the tank, sir. You really should have killed the tank. Because that hurts. I can move you back 1, which turns out was a bad idea. Target will retaliate. Yeah. Well, you can't. Anyways, crap. Run this way. And you can't shoot either, so run that way. Leave the tank to die. Well, he killed himself. What? He leveled up, so he didn't die. Gosh dang it. 1 health. Wow. 1 more. Die. Well, I got him. Alright. End turn. Sometimes you have to wonder if it would be better if you just let the auto combat do it. But you never really know. Fall back. You need ammo. What are you gonna do? He's not trying to hunt me down, and I find that to be interesting. Do I get a shot by moving here? I do! 10 to 14. Fire! Could possibly have just, like, really done my guy in there, but we'll see. Because he will be able to fire back 3 times for 12 damage, and Javelin Dude's not doing anything. Well, run back, reload. Like I said, the AI is not always the brightest thing in the box. This is not the difficulty, not the highest difficulty, so you can't expect it to be perfect, but oh, he's coming. 3 damage. Alright, you have 14 health. I have 32 health. I might very well just be able to walk up there and smack you around. But I think I'll just keep doing what I've been doing, because it works. Okay. Bye. Oh, really? I had a really high chance of killing the guy. Didn't get to kill him. Alright, Javelin's coming back. 4 damage. Charge! So it was supposed to be a closely fought battle, and boy it was. So that's basically Age of Wonders right there, guys. It's a very interesting game. Not the easiest game, and it takes a very long time to play. But it is definitely fun. And I'll be playing more of this game in the future. I might make a video series about this game. So if this is off in the distant future when you're seeing this, check through my playlists and you might find a video series of this game. Of at least one playthrough. Very, very long game though. So as always guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time with another Take a Peek episode.